Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah will view. And, man, I never thought I'd be doing this. I never thought I'd be sitting here actually saying this. But I am, and I'm glad of it. Um, Welcome to the second annual Mark Polonia Week. I'm doing this on my own. I said, you know what? I was actually sort of inspired by a good friend Eric from Hey Internet Eric, and also by the Gross brothers, Tim and Tom. They're doing Grossfest this year, and Mark Polonia is the guest of honor. And I thought, you know what? Why not do a Polonia Week? I had a lot of fun doing it. I did it with our good friend Steven from the House of Horrors. Um, so why not do Mark Polonia Week? And so I said, sure, why the hell not, right? So here we are for the first of 5 Mark Polonia movies. And the movie we'll be leading off with is none other than Mummy Shark. See, I did tell you I was inspired by Eric here. Mummy Shark is a 2024 film, directed by Mark Polonia, written by Brett McCormick. This is a little bit new because most of the time Mark does directing and most of the time does his screenplays, but this is by Brett McCormick. It does feature a cast of Polonia Pals. Jeff Kirkendall as Mountbatten, an English scientist, archaeologist, etologist. We have Tim Hatch as working for one of those alphabet security companies. We have James Kelly as Tehran. Yeah, you can't get much more typecast than that, right? So Tehran is James Kelly. And then Jamie Morgan plays Dr. Rebecca Sandoval. And also the main one is also in the main cast is Yoli Canales, who plays Nina. It's Mina in the IMDb, but Nina in the movie. And of course, Mark Polonia does his Alfred Hitchcock. He plays a cook. So basically, the plot of the movie is that a group of U.S. scientists they have stumbled across an Egyptian pyramid, and they have and in that pyramid they have come up with it looks like a mummified alien shark, not like Egyptian shark, but alien shark. Man, this shark looks awesome. In fact, they had 2 sharks. They have 2 versions of the same shark. The shark's name is Karus, and Tehran is its servant. And while the Egyptian team, led by I'm not sure if we call him Lord Mountbatten or not, but anyway, by a scientist Mountbatten. Dr. Sandoval, it also gets there to the pyramid, and he starts explaining what they're doing. And they're not even there more than a day, than a few hours. Then suddenly they feel a need to create an incident so they can steal all the artifacts and all the information out from the pyramid and sneak it back to Great Britain. So they come with an idea to cause an incident, which means shooting down some of their own helicopters. Really, the U.S. would do that? Okay. Yeah, they would. So that includes shooting down some of our own people, just to make it seem like the Egyptians are causing some static. And so Tehran is also trying to get these thieves because they're stealing all these artifacts. So he calls upon his mighty mummy shark for vengeance, and he also finds a person to create a. I'm not kidding. It's a shark. It's supposedly mating with this human to create its offspring. Okay, so so that's basically it. They're trying to get away. They're holding off attacks by the shark. the shark ends up of course the shark would do that, but it ends up turning on its master, on its servant, and killing it. Lord Mountbatten gives up his life to save Dr. Sandoval, and Reed is the security guy, and he goes full bore and trying to protect Dr. Sandoval, and they try to get out before the shark gets him. Wow. Well, this is the Mark Polonia movie for sure. It is chock full of, well, a lot more effects. I mean, a lot more green screen or blue screen or AI or whatever it is. He uses a lot more stock footage. Is a little interesting. I don't know if the locations are, at his house or because it's a little bit more ambitious than we're used to seeing. I mean, I don't really sure. I mean, like I said, the stock footage is, it's like the shark looks, but there's some cool things in there. The helicopters were great. I like the helicopters. That made me laugh. All the other effects, and of course the shark roars, because sharks always roar. Thanks a lot to Jaws: Revenge for starting that trope. So the shark roars. The acting is what it is. Jeff Kirkendall has he has a I'm sure he tried very hard. A British accent. I heard it. I went with it. Tim Hatch once again comes in as comic relief. There is one scene in there I have to make mention of, because it's something you never see. And I saw this and I'm going like, that's actually a pretty damn wicked piece of smart filmmaking. And that is when his character Reed is trying to defend him and Mountbatten, and Reed is shooting a gun right by Mountbatten, and Mountbatten has his hands over his ears like this because it's so noisy. You never see that in a movie. You always see the guy shooting real close to the other person's hearing, and they don't react to it. It's sort of like when someone sets off an explosion and they're just walking away from the explosion, when you know goddamn well that if it blew up, their ass is hitting the ground. Like shit. But no, they're walking off that badass walk. Half the world's exploding behind them. Well, I actually really appreciated that little clip, because I thought that's something that you just don't see in movies, and I thought it was a nice addition to see that yeah, if someone shot a gun by my ear, that would be really loud. I really wouldn't like it. I would too be putting my hand over my hand over my ears. So I actually thought that was actually pretty. That's actually a highlight. Like I said, otherwise this movie's just Mark Polonia fun. The shark, it is a mummy shark. It has some cloth on it, a cloth. I mean, it's not toilet paper, like was a Ouija mummy. I'm not even kidding you about that. If you look at Ouija mummy, that's what the Ouija mummy was in toilet paper. No, Mark put actual cloth, aged cloth around both the sharks. So this was a fun week. This is a fun movie to start off Polonia Week, and I had fun doing it. And the good thing about this, I know that Eric's sitting there going like, "Oh, thank God he did this," because now he's sitting there going, "That's one less shark movie he can sand my ass next year." But there's more. There's always more. So we have fun with this, and yeah, that's day one of Polonia Week. Day two coming soon. If you're new to the channel and you're a big Mark Polonia fan, Wild Eye fan, yeah, hit the sub button. The last time I did this was 2 years ago, so this is not an annual event. But I decided to do it anyway because why not? So drop a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite Mark Polonia movie is. And And yeah, if you think I'm crazy for doing this, say that too. We will see you for the next one. Talk to you soon. Peace.